Well, good morning. How is everybody this morning? It is Thursday, the 31st of October, 2019. And I was viewing an RT video yesterday with Rick Sanchez, and I like him very much, but he was bantering back and forth about how capitalism is the problem. And I think he's really missed the point. The reason socialism goes down the toilet is because people try to cheat it. They want to live on the dole, they don't want to have to work. So they sign up for all the benefits and they avoid all the responsibilities. This is why socialism can only function in a highly, highly ethical, uniform society in which every citizen can trust every other citizen. Otherwise, what you get is predators coming into the system and milking it dry, which is exactly what's happening in Sweden, okay, and Holland and Belgium and Spain, where the monarchies have been essentially decapitated as leaders of the people. They just hobnob with business now, okay? And the ethic that is taught is the New World Order empire ethic, which is everything's game for business. Vice, lotteries, prostitution, porn, they're okay. Human trafficking, body parts marketing, whatever you can get, it's okay. The ethics of the empire is in the toilet. And so the predators are free to rip off literally anyone and everyone, and that's exactly what they do. And that's what happened in Venezuela, and that's what happened in Cuba, except for the fact that Castro was such a strongman tyrant that he kept a lid on it, and Gaddafi kept a lid on the corruption, because these good old boy networks always want to help their friends who do nothing and give the bill to the people who work. It's all about corruption, and corruption is all about the complete collapse of fairness ethic and justice ethic in the West. The legalist profession, attorneys, barristers, and lawyers, okay? They are gamers. They are gamers. They don't give a rat's ass about the outcomes of legalist processes upon their clients. They need the money, okay? And they need the ego gratification of winning. They want to win. But as far as their clients go, the clients don't matter at all. I've had my clock cleaned twice by attorneys who were going to do me good. Oh boy. All right. So the reason socialism doesn't work is because socialism does not teach a self-responsible ethos of let your yes mean yes and your no mean no. Say what you do and do what you say. He who is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much. Okay? If you have a problem with your brother or your neighbor or someone, you go directly to that person and you settle it between you and him yourselves, never mind these intermediaries. And if there's a big problem, you bring everybody together and use a consensus process to come up with the true problem and the true solution. Okay, and those consensus processes do and have in fact existed. Interactive management by Dr. John N. Warfield is one very, very effective, very good example. But of course, the politicians have a different ethic, right? The politicians buy in to the secrecy. The secrecy enables corporations to preempt and co-opt functions of governance. Okay, so we have corporations staging proxy wars in the name of some issue. Okay, proxy wars in Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, and so on have been going on forever. Our problem is we no longer are a law-abiding people. We don't even know the difference between what is law, which is a commitment to the outcomes of cause and effect, the laws of cause and effect in the first place, so that a good act gets a good outcome and avoiding a bad act gets a good outcome, and someone who does harm needs to be disrupted, corrected, and put back on the path to doing good. There's none of that anywhere anymore, because attorneys and barristers and lawyers are simply milking the processes the way the medical doctors and their sorcery and their druggery and their intrusions are living off the sicknesses of the people that big pharma causes, that big chemistry causes, that GMOs cause. You see, everybody's in a helping profession, and the way to help in a helping profession is you've got to have the agencies doing the harm so that you have somebody to help. Okay? This is a game, folks. And we, the people, have no recourse. All right? We are not given the true information about practically anything. All right? Everything that's vital is secret. We're left out in the paddock like a bunch of cows. If you're not mad, if you're not furious, if you're not tied in knots, you don't know what's going on. All right? And yes, this is a cosmic set of events set in place by the Masons because we're going through a judgment and a harvest and all of that. But for the people who care about other people, for people who care about honesty and truth-telling, this is a real trial. It's a real trial, yes. And you look at the activities of Stasi and CIA and MI5 or MI6 and Mossad, and you see that they are professional gang stalkers, professional assassins, professional trouble causers. And we, the people, have no recourse against them. We have no recourse against the laser DEWs, the weapons being used to start all these fires. We have no recourse over the fluoride in the water. We have no recourse over the lack of quality of the food in the grocery store, the stinking GMOs that rot the human digestive, they rot the digestive system of the animals too. But the idealists who think that by providing abundance, they're going to fix a problem, okay, their methods are so harmful. Their methods are harmful. Their vaccines are contaminated. Their foods are robbed of nutrients. Some of their clothing is very flammable. USDA used to have food tables that would enable an individual, by counting grams of protein, carbs, and fat, keep a simple food diary and know exactly the nutrients you were getting every day. But in the 1980s, they decided to wreck that system too. USDA. Now the food labels are absolutely useless. They don't say anything useful at all. All right, and this isn't just a rant. This is a statement about the intentions of the elites, of the Masons and the Jesuits and the Illuminati to wreck mankind as the way to fix the world. And my response to that is no. That's not what God would have you do. You're going to have to repent. You're going to have to stop doing what you're doing. And we need a renaissance in law, because the confusion between laws of cause and effect, processes versus outcomes, and the ethos that drives predators and that drives consumerism, all these conflicts are not even being talked about or talked to or anything. And that's where these disputes actually lie, in the greed for consumer stuff. All right? So this isn't just a rant. This is saying, hey, you attorneys who think you're so smart, who know your processes inside out, you're going the wrong way. You're going toward worldwide suicide, national suicide, tyranny, diktat. That's not where the people want to go. And I don't want to leave this world in that condition. So, do what you want with it. Thank you. This has been Emily Craig, and thank you for paying attention. Bye-bye.